Welcome to a new test and teardown video. This time I'm going to play with old Danbridge Decade Resistor Boxes. I got 4 different types and they are all from the Danish brand Danbridge. This is the old model. I think there's actually an even older one and there's also a newer one. The newer model is made of plastic and transparent plastic, and the buttons, they actually looks a little bit like this. They tried to keep the same kind of style and design, but just make everything a little bit more modern. What they also do today is they also use from 0 to 10, and that is very, very smart. And this, when it comes to everyday use, the 0 to 10 on each of the dials, that is really what you want. I got other Decade boxes from other companies, and they go from 0 to 9, and this just is super annoying. Imagine you're dialing something up, and you're almost there, and oh, you can't go. I need a little bit more. Oh, I need to go to 0, and then one more here, and then start and play or whatever to get more. But it's just, I just really like this 10 in the old models. Also, what I really like about the old ones, as you see here, this is the high value one. I think this is the highest. So this is 1 mega ohm per step. 1, 2, 3 mega ohms, you know. But here it says maximum 500 volts. Okay, this is also 500 volts, and then it goes, oh, now we're talking about milliamps and 30 milliamps. So this is, of course, very convenient for your daily work. So if you're playing with 1K, 2K, okay, we normally know that we're dealing with milliamps, right? 30 milliamps per step here, that's fine. And then, oh, now I'm playing with 10 kilo ohm, 20 kilo ohm, whatever, right? And then it's 10 milliamps. So this is very, very convenient. Super good. They made it this way. And of course, when you go down to the very, very low values, let me see this one, 0.1 ohm per step. So here it's 2 amps. And then it's 1 amp when it is 1 ohm. So you can imagine if you got, 10 ohms and 1 amp, that will be 10 volts, and that will be 10 watts, right? So I guess we will be talking about really, really big resistors in here. And see, yes, 0.3 and 0.1. Yeah, very, very good. Let's try and open the smallest one and the biggest one when it comes to resistance, right? And let's have a look inside. Of course, there's a very, very big difference on the internal design here. So this will be 1 mega ohm per step, 1 kilo ohm per step. So those resistors are wire wound by hand and hand trimmed to the last micro detail. This is just amazing. And this is of course why they're very, very expensive. Hand soldered on top of everything here, and here we go. So this is 100 kilo ohms per step, 1%. What did it say here about? Yeah, 5 watts, really? So that will be 1 mega ohm resistors. Most likely they're also 1%, right? Yeah, so Let's see. Yeah, look at that. I need to clean the contacts a little bit before we do some performance test. But the first visual on the resistors, I don't see any burns on this, but this is of course the high values. They're not that easy to blow up. What I normally see is the low values blown up. When you get decade resistors with lower values, yeah, this is what people blow up. I mean, this one looks like it's right? Let me see if I can get some better light. I don't know if you guys can see this, but here it's not looking too good. It's supposed to be nice and flat. And people just continue to use these until you hear something or smell something or see the smoke coming out. And this type of resistors, they can really generate quite a lot of nasty smoke and smell and all that stuff. So that's definitely a good sign of overload. I'm a little bit sad there's no PTC or fuse or anything. But of course, remember this is a 0.1 ohm step. And the length of the resistor wires here are carefully adjusted to fit. Ooh, these touch. But I think this is isolated. Yeah, it looks a lot like isolated. So after a lot of cleaning of all the contacts, also a little bit of extra exercise, I am now in 4-wire resistance mode on this ohm meter here, and this one is in 0. And see if I go to 1. So I got about 30, 40 something, and it also depends a little bit if I take the next one. So this is 1 ohm. Just a little bit. 10 ohm. And this should be 100 ohm. But it is very, very accurate in all the different settings. Especially, of course, the challenge is the lowest steps. What we could do is go to 0 again and hit relative. Now we can actually see the resistor elements themselves. So this is 100 milliohms. 1, 2. Ooh. You see? Contact here is not. Yep, that is a good contact. Okay, so this needs a little bit more exercise after my cleaning. But think about it. This decade box here is from the 60s or something like that, and it is still almost working. See, I need a little bit more of cleaning. Okay, let's kick off the relative and see where we are at. Anyway, they're really, really cool, and I like the big knobs. And I've been through all these a few times, and I didn't find any kind of bugs. So I'm sure I will be happy. I think it is very close to 1% on all the different settings. This one is definitely under 1%. Yeah, you see? I mean, it's really accurate. How the heck did they do that back in the old days? Can you see this? How accurate it is? This is 0.1%. I mean, it's 10 times as good as it was supposed to be, right? Wow. Oh, here is one. Let's try again with the 3. Yep, that is good again. So yeah, I definitely need to play a little bit more with the switches. Let's try the 100 ohm, 200 ohm, yeah. And it goes on like that. Let's try and play with the high value one. So this is the high value one, with the mega ohms to the left and the kilo ohms to the right. And again, we are in the 30s and 40s. It depends again if I poke a little bit with the switches. Let me see if I can get my... Oh, see that one? Needs a little bit more. Where is it? Where are you? Which one is there? Is that one? Ooh. No. Yeah, it's this. This is the one that is to blame. Okay, let's go relative and see the resistor here is 1K. Yep, it definitely is. 5K, yeah. So this will be 10K. Yeah, I'm really impressed. So 100K, 300, 500, yeah. Ooh, now it's starting to get noisy. How about the mega ohms? Okay. What? That is 1 mega ohm. Is it my wiring or is it noise I'm picking up here because I'm touching the metal here? I don't know. 5 mega ohms. Let's see if I can measure 10 mega ohms. Oh, if I touch the wires. They should of course be shielded. Yeah, that is the problem. It's definitely a wire thing here now. Ooh, so that is a challenge. But if I go to 1 mega ohm, it is still... Ooh, scary. But anyway, if you can get your fingers on some of the good old Decade resistor boxes, they're definitely worth a restore. And they handle quite a lot of watts and quite a lot of voltage, and yeah, and they're easy to access, the switches, they're easy to clean. So yeah, definitely worth a score. What is that?